How's it going, guys? Panther Films here. Today we're going to be reacting to Season 1, Episode 4 of Tales of the Walking Dead. This episode is titled Amy/Dr. Everett. Last episode was focused on Alpha's backstory, where we learnt her real name was Dee, and it also picked up about a year into the apocalypse, where her and Lydia were settled into like a boat community led by a woman named Brooke. It also turns out that Lydia kind of preferred Brooke over Alpha/D, which kind of makes sense. And I assume it's because, you know, what happened to Lydia's father, right? Early on in the episode, Dee started becoming a little bit suspicious about a guy named Billy, who was like a bartender and he just recently joined the group. It seemed like he was signalling people on the outside. Turns out he actually was, and because D/Alpha became suspicious of him, he jumped off the boat and eventually returned with his people, killed some of the community, and the reasons he killed them was because they were too poor. It looked like they didn't really care anymore. It looked like they gave up rather than just enjoying the life and living in luxury, right? So he just killed all them people, and eventually Alpha/D decided, nah, you know what, I'm going to sneak up behind one of your people, kill a bunch of them, and she saved Lydia. And then chaos ensued. It turns out like everyone basically got slaughtered. Eventually, Dee and Lydia got to the shore and they used the guts trick to hide from the dead. So after about like 20-30 minutes, they ventured into the woods. Dee noticed Brooke was still alive. So she went up to her and basically was about to kill her until Lydia convinced her not to. So instead, Dee decided to scar Brooke's face. And then towards the end of the episode, Dee tried to teach Lydia on how to kill walkers. Lydia wasn't a fan of it, so she ran away. And then Dee realized that Lydia's too innocent for the world, so she had to kill her, right? But before she could do that, there was whispers in the air. Turns out the whisperers existed before Alpha was the leader, and she came face to face with Hera. And then right at the end we had a little bit of a flash forward with Alpha wearing a bald cap and talking to Hera, who turns out to be the mask that Alpha wears in the main show. So that's pretty cool. I'm curious if we're going to get more backstory for her. I think so. Like, why set up something like that if we're not going to see more of it? It's just, you're going to have to fix that bald cap issue. It's going to be a bit annoying. Overall, it was a pretty good episode. This episode, based off the promo though, looks like we're going to be focusing on researching the walkers, which we'll see how that goes. It never really works. And maybe there's a potential like character that wants to kill the walkers and go against the research, and the Dr. Everett isn't a fan of that maybe. I don't know. It seemed interesting based off the promo, but you never know. They do usually make the promos look better than the episodes. So yeah, let's stop doolallying around with this shitty intro and get right into the fucking episode. My
what we
God.
are witnessing is nature's great reclamation effort.
Wait, is this a National Geographic video or documentary?
The revitalization of
Fish.
biodiversity of the Holocene.
Sorry. It's like me on Monday.
I've spent years tracking and trying to understand the complex migration patterns of the Homo mortis. This is specimen Sunflower. She seems to possess an acute auditory sense, always one of the first to react to a disturbance.
Wait, what? Like he's narrating over it, but how's he doing that?
That's the beauty of nature in its purity.
Another fucking horse, dude. Are you kidding me? I mean, that might be the horse that fucked up Rick. Oh, he's using a drone.
The gravest threat to the Homo mortis, the skull hunters.
Look at that whip pan. Has she got like a metal arm? Did she not get bit there? How's she not getting bit? I mean, Carl gets bit in a stupid way, and then you have her that's just surviving the impossible. Come on, dude. Like, why is he grabbing her? It could have just bit her. He didn't want that one to get killed, did he? Oh, is that what I think it is? Is that like a meat suit? I thought it was just like a nice little jacket or something, but no. It's a full-on meat suit.
I feel like crap. Everything hurts. I'm not a thief. I'm not gonna rob you or anything if that's what you're afraid of.
How long into the apocalypse is this? He's got a crime scene set up. This has to be far into the apocalypse, right? Oh, you can see it's like skull. How long into the apocalypse is this? Something about it just feels like it's much further in. I mean, you struggled with who before? Yes, that's smart. And that's going to be kind of hard to climb if you've only got one hand, but I guess it's doable. It'd be funny as fuck if you just chopped the ladder down.
Looks like it's you and me now, friend.
Oh my god.
I get that you don't want to help, but if I were in your shoes, I would.
Yeah, but you're not him.
What's the point of going through all that effort to save my life just to leave me out here as bait, huh?
He wasn't saving you, he was saving the fucking walker.
So I'm gonna take a chunk out of your neck.
Not gonna lie, she's kind of annoying. I just shut the fuck up. You'd be quiet. She's basically just forcing him to save her life.
You've been slowly killing yourself for the last few days. The next 24 hours are going to be pretty unpleasant for the both of us.
But mainly you.
Mostly you.
Yeah. It is like Merle's arm, right? Except it looks like it's like duct tape. Her arm thing must be fairly recent then, because she's still got the stitches. You leave shit alone, like, stop touching good shit. Where would he sleep, considering that's like the only bed? If the scene switches now, what was the point? She gets up, sees that he's gone, and then goes back to bed. That was the full scene. Like, what the fuck?
Sorry if I kept you up last night. I was puking so hard, I was like my butt got sucked up to my esophagus and started firing backwards. Like
That is not how the digestive system works.
yeah, that's why I said it was like. What does it do?
Like,
I have to finish this.
like she's just inserting herself into his life. Like, what? Fuck off.
Lovebirds.
She's gonna get killed by birds. That was a foreshadowing.
You a skull hunter?
No, that's not me. I don't hunt skulls.
Wasn't she carrying ahead?
Skull hunters help us get past the trench.
Like, how far in are we? Like, what's the trench? What's the dead... like...
Are you arguing for chompers or for nature?
Both.
They're one and the same now.
I don't know where I'm going. I got turned around. I don't know how to get back.
Well, next time, bring a map.
True.
A lot of photos of specimen 21.
It's probably because it was his friend.
Please, just leave.
Or colleague or
Is he a
something.
friend? Is that
I hate this kind of dialogue. Like, it's just full of exposition. Like, you have a character just asking a shit ton of questions and they explain it.
You can ascertain a lot of information just by observing.
These kind of episodes are always weird where they research the walkers and stuff because they don't go anywhere. But I do wonder if we'll get like the variants from the main show or from World Beyond.
So when you're saving me yesterday, were you really saving him?
Yeah.
'Cause that's really messed up.
So that is I can't tell if that's duct tape or metal that's been like melted on. Also, that's him. Subject, what was it, 21? See them CGI sparks? My god, AMC, you almost blew your budget there. She's gonna kill him or tickle his pickle. Is she like signaling that to like her people, or is that just for her to remember where she's going? I wouldn't be out here at night either. I guess he's safe with the like meat suit he's wearing. Also, what the fuck happened to that? Kind of looks like Bicycle Girl from the original show or the main show. At the end of the day, like, just put it down, dude. That used to be a person, you know what I mean?
You really did find your specimen, friend.
Where? Is he safe?
Yeah, he's safe as far as I know.
But the more time she spends here, the more time her group are going to get further away.
I could die here just as easily as I could die on the other side.
Does she? I want to know what that is. The other side, the trench, the dead sector, like, what is this?
My community means everything to me.
Believe at first light.
See, I hate characters like him. Like, at first they want to stay away from humans, and then they get convinced of the easiest fucking thing to be like, oh yeah, let's help them out. Like, what? That's not real footage. That's fake. That is 100% footage from National Geographic. A giraffe and a zebras, what the fuck?
And that's all here?
Where's this set? How is there a fucking giraffe here? It just looks like the Georgia woods. It's probably because it is. That's where it's filmed. That's not a real bear. That's fake.
Studying
CGI.
the environment. I've been observing her for over 7 years. My
7
job is
years.
to observe.
Human connection is all we have.
No. Well, you should connect on the other side. It's how I can get so close to the herd and be left alone. As long as I'm careful, I'll be safe.
Try them follow us, huh?
Homo mortis will exist as long as humans are around, which puts our survival in question.
I mean, to be fair, like, most of the infected should have been gone a long, long time ago. That's CGI. That...
Hi, you're so beautiful.
We may never agree, but I can tell you care about nature.
You know their budget's low and they have to use a CGI bird. And it doesn't even look good. They spent all their budget on Terry Crews.
Okay,
Oh.
okay, I can explain.
You lied to
no,
me.
No, look, the skull hunters would only help us cross under the condition that we help them collect heads.
There you go. Oh, he's gonna be pissed. Jesus. How did he fall over there?
What happened to don't interfere, huh?
He's a hypocrite.
Are you serious right now?
What happened to the other girl? Is she dead? There you go. He's gonna rip off his arm.
I got him.
Where's the other girl go? Did you just fucking despawn? Like what? Oh. A gator! It's gonna do the death spin, the death of all thing. I mean, it was dude, get away, get away.
You make your own rules to fit your agenda, but you didn't lift a finger. You just watched as we got eaten. We have to warn them.
It's too late. It's too late. If you go back there, you will die. I told you that this land wasn't safe. You didn't listen.
Oh, he's dead as fuck. Oh dear. She's terrible. How's she not been bit? She got bit there. 100% she's been bit. There's no way she didn't get bit there. It's very convenient that the walkers are sometimes, like, killing people instantly and sometimes they aren't. Oh.
Nature is what
It's
we
dead.
see.
So they do just eventually just die then? Or did someone kill it? Is everyone dead? Is she dead? Oh, there's Hannah. How didn't they get out? Is that a face on his hood? Kind of looks like it. Oh. He's gonna find her. Whoa. Wait, what? So for a second she recognized him, but... Is that A-Train? What the fuck?
Sometimes murder is mercy.
Yo, the way next episode looks shot is weird. It's like all distorted and shit. This episode felt like it had a great beginning and then an okay ending, but the middle was just kind of meh. You know, there wasn't much in the middle of this episode. It was just fluff, exposition dumps, this back and forth between both characters arguing and shit. It's just, I don't know if I enjoy that. However, like, the nature side of the episode I think is good, but it does kind of get old because we know it's not going to go anywhere. Like, researching the walkers never goes anywhere. We've established that the cure isn't a thing. I'd also say, like, one of the annoying things with this episode is the fact that you don't really know when or where it's set, right? You know it's set in, like, some area that's called the Dead Sector, and there's a trench, and then there's something on the other side of that trench that's, like, where the living people live, right? But to me it's kind of baffling because the Dead Sector looks just like a swampy woods, right? And then there's been giraffes sighted there in a luscious kind of desert setting. Like, that's the problem with the documentary thing that they showed. That footage was 100% from National Geographic. The footage didn't match up with the locations the characters were walking through. I also feel like these characters weren't the best. You know, Everett was a hypocrite, he was selfish, and Amy was kind of obnoxious. She was a liar. She was so intrusive towards like finding out what the Doctor was doing. It's like, come on, dude. They also kind of made their relationship like an exposition dump. Like Amy was asking the questions and then the Doctor was answering them. You know, like for the audience, I guess. Like the coat thing, I kind of put that together very early on in the episode that he was using that to hide from the walkers. But you had to say that in the episode through dialogue for some reason. Like the audience aren't smart enough to notice that. You know, it's like storytelling like that and writing like that I don't like. Just very exposition dumpy shit when it's kind of obvious. I feel like this episode could have been a lot better than what it was. Could have been a full nature documentary about the walkers and following the walkers, and then the episode could have ended with like the person that did the documentary in like a massive community or something like that, and they observed the walkers or something. Instead, we got a typical Walking Dead episode. Walk through the woods, characters argue, they make stupid decisions, or the characters are just stupid in themselves. You know, it's just, I'm so over it. The storytelling for The Walking Dead is so like shit. I don't get what the writers think when it comes to these like shows. Like, why do you have the same storytelling techniques? Just fucking walk through the woods all the time. That's the problem when you have a low budget. It's always the fucking woods. Episode 1, the woods. Episode 2 is the only episode where we didn't actually go in the fucking woods. And even that didn't matter because the episode was still shit. Episode 3, woods. This episode, woods. Next episode seems like it's going to be the woods. You know? I'm just so over seeing the fucking woods in the Walking Dead universe. Your budget is too low. You should have been on HBO. You fucking would have been sorted. We would have been in a city every fucking episode. That's why I'm looking forward to Isle of the Dead. Because Isle of the... Oh, wait, no, it's not even called Isle of the Dead now, is it? It's called fucking Walking Dead, Dead City. Fucking AMC, dude. Why did they change the name of that? It should have been called like Isle of the Walking Dead. That would have worked. The Walking Dead, Dead City just doesn't work. Having Dead back to back is kind of weird. But either or, I'm looking forward to that spin-off because it's set in New York, you know, and the things I've heard about the show sound very interesting and a lot more budget heavy than just being in the woods fucking every episode. I don't know, man. Like we're 3 spin-offs deep into The Walking Dead. Fear's all over the place. World Beyond was mediocre. And this so far hasn't been great. Like, a season 2 hasn't even been announced for this, you know? Which is a missed opportunity there because, you know, there's more story to tell for Alpha's story, and Negan, I want to see more of his story, the Governor, Jesus. Like, I want to see the Sam Witwer episode that was originally discussed early in, like, the original, like, show. Which, yet again, would have been a perfect fucking episode for episode 2 instead of that fucking Groundhog Day episode, but whatever. There's so many cool scenarios they could have done that connected to the main show. Like, this episode doesn't even focus on the main show itself. There's just zombies. This could have been any fucking zombie show or any zombie movie. It doesn't feel connected to The Walking Dead at all. That's the problem that I'm having. Like, last episode did because it had Alpha in it and stuff. Episode 2 kind of did because of Atlanta, but I would have rather seen, like I said, the Sam Witwer shit. Or just something that connects it to The Walking Dead itself would be more interesting. Because, like, this episode, I don't get why it's even a part of The Walking Dead universe. It doesn't feel connected. It doesn't have to be connected, but it helps, you know, just to be like, oh shit, that's what that is, you know, it connects to that, oh my god, that's so cool. And yet again, like I said, it doesn't really help that we don't know when it's set or where it's set. Walking Dead may have a lot of projects next year, but it's going to struggle in comparison to The Last of Us TV show. Because that's got budget. And that actually is going to look like an apocalypse. It's not just going to be woods everywhere. They're going to be in cities. Everything's going to be overgrown, you know? And I'm hoping we see that with Isle of the Dead. I'd rather call it Isle of the Dead instead of The Walking Dead Dead Sea because it sounds stupid as fuck. So Isle of the Dead might have that kind of elements, but you're going to notice some bad CGI in that. HBO versus AMC, who has more money? HBO. I mean, they give like, what, $100 million budgets to fucking, like, what was it, House of the Dragon? Which, by the way, 2 episodes deep, looking solid. Episode 3 is coming out in a few more days. I'm excited for that. In case anyone's wondering, the reason I'm not watching House of the Dragon is because usually I only do about 3 shows at the same time. Star Wars Andor's about to come on, you know. But, I mean, Tales would be off, like, not airing for like a week or 2, but then Walking Dead will start up, so there'd still be at least 4 shows, unless I drop She-Hulk, which we'll see by episode 5 or 6 at that point, because that was bad. I'm curious about what happened to Subject 21 then, because if it gets eaten by something, and the brain isn't destroyed, what happens? I guess the brain would get destroyed because of the acid, right? In the stomach. Probably. It's a shame they missed out on like doing like the death roll that gators or crocodiles do. I couldn't tell what it was. I think it was a gator, but they do that death roll thing where they like spin. It's a shame they didn't show that. But yeah, overall another mediocre episode. Not great, not terrible, just something to digest, pretty much. Next episode, however, does look pretty interesting. It seems like the main character's forgetting what happened, and they're blaming him for the things that are happening. And the way it's shot seems like it's going to be him trying to figure everything out and remember things that happened. Could be interesting. I don't know, though. It's also starring the guy who plays A-Train, right? Looks like it. So, make sure you don't get in his way. Yeah. That pretty much wraps it up. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Ta-ta and farewell.